Hi and welcome to Breaking the Fourth Wall. I'm Nathan Gotham, your host. I'm missing the Funk Soul Brother for this episode. We've been saying for a little bit that we just wanted just to get a double episode out as such, but Matt has actually been booked by EDW, which is an independent federation in the UK, so we couldn't make it for this episode. He will make it for the next episode, which we'll be recording on Saturday instead of Friday. It's Friday. I've managed to find some spare time in the schedule where I aren't actually playing pool or actually writing some music, as I've actually been drafted in to do a couple of shows this year. I wasn't expecting to do any music shows this year, but been drafted in, so I've had to learn a show and quite a rush. So that's some interesting news for myself. So hopefully, if you live in Essex or you're venturing over to Ireland in September, I'll be over there. If you want to come have a pint with me, you're more than welcome to. So we're just going to cover some things. I just want to mainly cover the Black Thursday segment, as I don't know if we'll have time on the next show. If we do, then this will just be my thoughts, and then I'll grab Matt's thoughts on it afterwards. Just want to throw the same disclaimers out. I get quite swear happy. This isn't a PG show. It's never meant to be a PG show. But we just wanted something honest where people can voice their views, and we want this to be the people's podcast. And then hopefully I'm just going to cover some things that you might not know that we've been working on in basically behind the scenes. So hopefully it'll be interesting to find out what we've got in store for you when we carry on this forward. So Black Thursday's recently come around, so the releases that were done on Thursday, yesterday, people have had a day to let the dust settle. We've had Camacho, who's been doing a feud with Adam Rose on NXT. If you've had a chance to watch that, what a feud. I wasn't sold on Camacho, but until that, I just thought he was something trying to imitate a gangster off of GTA. If you're watching CJ off of GTA, you basically got Camacho, minus being able to talk. But he's a second generation superstar, the legendary Fatu, or King Ming, or basically whatever you know him as in WWE as his old days. Second generation star. He had a lot to live up to, but he wasn't able to live up to it in that sense. So he's now been released. Brodus Clay has now gone from the WWE as well, which don't think it's a great miss. If anyone misses him, then it's probably time just to check out what's happened. So it's not a great miss. The Funkadactyls may miss him, they may not. They haven't been getting much TV time lately apart from Total Divas. We've lost Oksana, which is a loss, but she went out on her back, as Matt will probably agree. If you're going to go out of a company, you should go out on a loss. You shouldn't exit on a win. You should exit on your back. So it's a shame. I thought she was developing more into what everyone wanted it to be, apart from just something that was involved in a creepy storyline with Goldust originally. And she's a Lithuanian bodybuilder, if I'm not mistaken. So she had a lot of potential to live up to, but she, again, just wrong timing. TNA might be able to sign her, make more use out of her. She'd make a pretty good valet for someone. Maybe like a Bobby Roode. He hasn't had a valet since Tracy Brooks that's really stood out. I think Oksana could stand out for him and actually give him something he's been missing quite recently. We've also lost Kurt Hawkins, one of the Edgeheads, who's been in WWE now for, I think it's close for 7-8 years. I might be mistaken if I am. Someone put a comment on the YouTube section. I'll try to amend it. But he did some training with The Rock when The Rock was coming back. The Rock was quite high on him, but WWE haven't got anything for him. Yoshi Tatsu, who recently got a chant on NXT. If NXT wasn't pre-recorded, it would have been quite awesome to listen to the Yoshi Tatsu chants. So that would have been quite interesting to listen to. So yeah, it was quite interesting to see that with Yoshi Tatsu being released. I wasn't expecting it, but it happened, so we'll move on from there. Supposedly his work rate fell behind, so a little bit disappointed to see him go, but they've actually got Prince Devitt coming in. Again, I wish Matt was here because he would actually correct my pronunciation of this. It's where I miss him. He is useful for something. And then after someone has dug up JTG from somewhere, if they've ever moved offices, or they might have left him at WrestleMania 25 and gone, yeah, we'll pick you up when we're ready to release you. But 8 years he's been there, he's been missing off the telly for 4 of them, and someone's remembered to fire him. Well, they did 10, missed him out, he put a tweet out there, and then I suppose he decided to transfer his phone, and now he's gone. So that isn't a great miss. Teddy Long's gone, so that's the end of tag team main events, I hope. Who else are we missing? There was a referee gone as well, so the referee's now gone. And 2 parts of 3MB, which is really disappointed me. Drew McIntyre, brilliant English independent wrestler. Well, I say English, British. He's actually from Scotland, so I'll miss him. Jinder Mahal, I won't miss him as much. He wasn't the funny part. Like, if they got rid of him and replaced him in 3MB, I wouldn't have minded that. But now Heath Slater somehow survived, so I don't know if they've got a push. Some people think he's going to become part of the Shield. Some people just think he's going to go back to his one-man jobbing gimmick. Hornswoggle's still there, surviving somehow. If he hides under the ring for the next 10 years, I don't think anyone will fire him. So that won't be a great miss to anyone involved with the product. But yeah, so that was Black Thursdays, I think they're calling it. There's expected over the next couple of days, weeks, that maybe there might be some talent releases. There might actually be some executive producer releases, and also just some of the people that work backstage. An interesting note that came out of this: people think it was towards the downfall of the network. I have a different theory, where people have been released basically just so they can renew CM Punk's contract for another year. If they renew CM Punk's contract for another year, it means he can't sign, which means that he then loses some of his momentum. If he's happy in retirement, he won't mind picking up a paycheck for a year. Thankfully, I don't have to sign it, or otherwise I would have took him in court for breach of contract and not fulfilling the dates. I aren't quite as nice as Vince McMahon, but never mind. So, moving on, we had the Payback PPV, which I think was last week, maybe 10, 11 days ago. I was quite excited to watch this. The first half of the card didn't live up to what it could have, but the second half, starting with the Cena stuff, actually lived up to what it should have been. I was really impressed with the John Cena Bray Wyatt match. Thought both of them had a great showings, along with the Usos and Rowan and Harper. Brilliant. From start to finish, that match has so many up and downs. If that match was 3 hours long, I could have watched that for 3 hours. The spot with the stairs was awesome. The Sister Abigail into the barricade, awesome. Jimmy or Jay, I can't tell them apart, took one of the bumps of the night. The top rope superplex to the outside through a table. That was an awesome spot to watch. I was just impressed in whole with the product that was put out for that half an hour match. Bit disappointed with the end. It seemed a little bit screwy because there was still a whole way it could have came out of, and he sort of shuffled himself down. If you work on production, you want that to be a little bit clearer. But apart from that, I was impressed with the match. Also, another, I say cock up, it was more involved on the broadcast table. When you were looking at it, they noted that Bray Wyatt was down in the corner asking why the referee hasn't counted to 10. If he's out in the corner and he's being assaulted, you don't want your other half to actually look at it and go, what's happened here? So, bit disappointed with that off, but apart from that, there was a good one. Shield v Evolution. I wasn't expecting the Shield to do a clean sweep on the elimination. I wasn't also expecting the first elimination to take over 20 minutes. Good spots. Credit where credit's due to Roman Reigns. He took a beating. If anyone saw the lacerations on his back, it was an incredible match. Ring psychology was to perfection, and actually, for once, the WWE pay-per-view, special event, whatever you want to call it, actually was better than the NXT one, which I wasn't expecting. NXT TakeOver had a brilliant showing. If you get a chance to watch it, fully recommend it. And then watch the after show. Paul Heyman and Renee Young did a brilliant job on the after show, actually selling the sides of the matches. So it was quite decent. I enjoyed watching it, and if you ever get a chance to watch it, the Americans will get more likely to get a chance than us. Please watch it. It's fully worth it. Adrian Neville versus Tyson Kidd is probably one of the matches that won't get broadcast on mainstream TV, but deserves Match of the Year award. So if you get a chance to watch it, please watch it. Incredible match. So just moving on very quickly to what we've got planned for in the future. We've been working very closely on getting a new logo and something for Facebook, which if you follow us on Facebook at Breaking the Fourth Wall, you'll see come up soon. The new logo will be going on Facebook, and it'll also be going on the YouTube one as well. So we've been working on that. We've actually had one of our special guests actually design that for us, which is Daniel Stanring, who will actually be joining us now once, maybe twice a month to actually do some of these with us. We've been in contact. We're going to try and get a couple of other special guests, do a couple of interviews. Coming over from Germany, there's a couple of wrestlers. We're going to try and get an interview in with them because Matt's actually tagging with one of them. I wish it was me instead of him, but never mind. I might have to give him the clothesline from Hal and actually take his place for one night. But hopefully, if we can get an interview with one, maybe both of them, we will do. We'll put that up. We've been working on a web page. I've been wanting to do some editorials, but I can't get them up on Facebook, and I can't sum up an editorial in 160 characters, so there's no fucking way it's going on Twitter. So the only other option is to get a web page up and running. So we're working on getting a Breaking the Fourth Wall web page, and then we're going to start getting that up. Hopefully Daniel's going to help us in running that. Daniel Stanring, he used to be an ex-wrestler. We've had him on here once. He's brilliant with anything anything that involves technology. I aren't, even though I work with a computer most of the day. I don't understand how the buggers work, so hopefully he'll take into account and actually do some of the work on that for us. And then after that, we'll pick up the legwork. I'll be mainly writing the articles for it, which you'll have to bear with us to begin with while we're working out the nooks and crannies of it. But hopefully, by the end, hopefully before SummerSlam is my aim, we want to have the Breaking the Fourth web page up. We've also been exploring the possibilities of actually getting this onto iTunes and some other networks as well, where people can just, if they're browsing, want to listen to a wrestling podcast. We know it's hard to get people to listen to it on YouTube, but if you're travelling to work using public transport, or if you travel in the car, then hopefully if you can get it up on there. So we're looking into other ways to get this broadcasted, and then we're also going to look at doing it live. I'm a big fan of doing wrestling podcasts live. If we can get it up live, if we can get both of us, our schedules work, we're hopefully going to start trying doing a couple of live once again, hopefully about SummerSlam time, as I've got my time scale to look at. We want to look about SummerSlam time, and also me and Matt have been talking about doing something that follows his career. Probably more news on that as we get the finer details sorted, but we're going to look at doing some of that on there. So that's going to cover that. Looking at other things that we're doing, we're hopefully going to try and get some merch set up for the website. A couple of Breaking the Fourth Wall t-shirts. We've had some mad designs ready for that, which hopefully should be a nice revenue income. But as I said, this wasn't going to be a full episode. This is just something just to whet the appetite. I just want to talk about what happened on Black Thursday, because in the next episode you're going to listen to, which will be a full episode, this is just like a little taster. Just breaks up a little bit. Hopefully in the next episode you'll actually see what we want to do. So if you want to follow us, it's Breaking the Fourth Wall at Facebook. We're also on Twitter at Wrestling's Fourth Wall, and you can message us at Outlook at bt4w@outlook.com. Do apologise, this hasn't been a full episode. A couple of things have popped up. So if you want to contact me, follow me on Facebook. It's Nathan Goff, and we'll hopefully have you listen to this. Just I want your feedback on what's happened with Black Thursday, and then I'll look forward to doing the episode with the Bad Blue British Wrestling tomorrow. So thanks for listening to the little taster, folks. Hopefully next time I'll probably try to put out a 20-30 minute one next time, where it just gives you a look at what's happening in wrestling if anything happens like it did. So other than that, folks, thanks for listening and have a good time, and remember to watch your local wrestling shows.